Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another Nordcast sent in by you, the fans, to lifesenglishTV@gmail.com. Mr. Maximus Black.
Yes.
Hit me up with the sound of finally being able to eat semi-normally after feeling like you were about to die.
Oh, thank God, thank God, thank God. Yes.
Not good enough that you're going to try anything crazy, though. We got to wait.
No.
We got to get
slow
some time.
and steady. Slow and steady.
What is the first thing that you're going to be willing to test the waters with?
Steak. I had to skip out on my birthday dinner. My birthday was last week. I turned 39 years old, everybody, on January 22nd. So I'm old, and that probably makes everybody watching this feel old as well, because I was, 23 years old, I think, when we started this, 22?
Yeah. Just about.
I'm pushing 40. So, yeah.
Yep.
But, yeah, I didn't get to go for my birthday dinner. I know a lot of people know I have gastro issues. Found out, finally got all kinds of testing done. Turns out I got SIBO. Took some crazy wild meds.
The fancy kind of
SIBO. But it's nice that I got answers, and now I've got a naturopath, and I'm on a protocol, and things are moving. Things are good. I'm not trying to jinx it, but I feel like so much better. So we're off to a good start. I don't want to jinx anything because it can fucking turn, but yeah, this is the best I felt in a long time. So happy about that. But yes, next week I'm going to take Kayla out because her birthday is next Thursday. I'm going to take her out for steak. I'm going to get a small steak. I'm not going to get anything too crazy, but I'm going to enjoy it and hopefully not, feel like shit afterwards.
I look forward to hearing the after game recap.
Hell yeah.
When that happens, we've got Samantha in the top right and Barcode the bottom left. The little TVZ and the Z is getting a little frisky, getting the first batch of Zerglings running up the map. This is not a particularly big map either, and so good opportunity for the Zerg to do something. A potentially sexy Kyle. Currently what do we start Kyle at? Does he start at a 5?
Nah, I think Sexy Kyle starts at 4 because then when he gets 6 kills, he goes to a 10, right? He goes one level of sexy.
Skyrockets.
Each one. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, fair enough.
That was bad timing there from Samantha. Samantha went down with the Reaper, and just on the left-hand side, the Lings were there. So it was this horrible timing. It shouldn't be able to kill this off. Should be able to get the Reaper here and start killing off these Zerglings in time, but a cancel would be absolutely catastrophic for Samantha. And it looks like a cancel is going to have to happen, and that is not good. Loses the 100 minerals, but more importantly, loses the time invested and has to start all over again simply because that one Reaper just missed these Lings coming up, and that's a really, really solid pick there from our bar-coded Zerg. I've been playing a decent amount of StarCraft as of late. I've been streaming a little bit on LAGTV.
I noticed.
Yeah, and I got coaching from Trigger SC, one of the best StarCraft 2 Protoss players alive right now.
I was watching that in the hospital.
There you go. So my goal now is to do a Grandmaster's push. So I am going to be playing a decent amount of StarCraft again over this next little bit.
And how are we feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I mean, obviously, I'm not as fast as I used to be. I still feel like my decision-making's still pretty good. My micro's still pretty good. It's just a matter of getting these builds down that I learned, and then I'm going to do another coaching session probably in another 2 weeks once I get these builds sort of down and then kind of expand upon what I've been learning. But so far, so good. I've been enjoying the process. Been able to play like 4 to 6 hours, no problems, not without raging or too hard or anything like that. So yeah, it's been solid. So keep an eye out for that. LAGTV for the streams that randomly pop up here on the channel if you want to watch me grind a little bit. No, nice little pick there again with those Zerglings. Gonna have to bring another SCV down again to finish off this command center. Dude, we are 4 minutes and 30 seconds in and still cannot get the second up. Meanwhile, down here, we have the third already out for Barcode, fully saturated, natural, and main. Things are looking here good for the Barcode. This is a Masters level game. I ought to put that up there in the top right. And it's a normal Masters game.
It is.
And, of course, the Nordcast, too. So, guys, get that Nord subscription and send in your replays to lifesaglitchtv@gmail.com. But so far, so good. I feel like it's going to be a little bit of a lengthy game. There is the third, actually. I didn't even see him get that command center. So although the natural took a while, managed to get that second command center, should start spiking with the economy here shortly, especially if he decides to get 2 more orbital commands and start throwing down those OP mules.
Random question on his third there. Now that's the one that's protected on the inside. Is the play
it's
there
the
because they have less the natural? They have less mineral patches.
Yes.
In general, there.
Less
so
minerals
it's the
and
safe.
gas.
It's the safest. Yeah, and gas. It's the safest option, but it is the least productive option. I just noticed that. Well, I know we've cast on this map before, but I didn't notice it until now. Very interesting. But yeah, got that second or the third, I should say, sneakily built in there and off to the races. So not as far behind as you might have thought, but still way. I mean, just took forever to be able to get the expansion going there. That's.
I mean,
rough.
look at the difference.
And big on the exactly 20, nearly 20 worker difference there. Between the two, and the Zerg getting a lot of work done behind that, not wasting the opportunity provided by all of those smart pickoffs, the SCV picks, and the cancel. Samantha really hoping to get something done, though, and rightfully so, because something is needed, really, to help level the playing field a bit before the Zerg might be able to spiral out of control here and become a real menace. We do see a Nidus in production as well, so the timing on this could be critical for Samantha. And it looks like now's the time to see if anything can be done.
Yeah, I think Samantha's attack here is just a little too late. Would have loved to have seen more harassment earlier on with these blue frame Hararians. But unfortunately, a lot of queens and a lot of roaches are out. And the last time I checked, Hellions are dog shit against both those things. Yeah, you've got one Cyclone there, but you've got your queens ready to transfuse. He's been doing a really good job with the creep spread, so he knows when it's coming quickly, can move around on that creep a lot faster, obviously, than just the regular terrain. Okay, got 2 Cyclones in there now, so that is good. Doing a great job, actually, with the micro, locking in on a couple of units and forcing them to either back off or re-engage. And when those lings are coming in, he's getting fried immediately. Nice little scan there, getting rid of the creep, for what Samantha has, doing a phenomenal job.
Getting work done.
Getting fucking work done for this. And this can work if you do what Samantha's doing and you're very, very good at micro and really understanding the range that Cyclones have and how fast and how close you can actually get to units before you get yourself in a pile of trouble. Because the last thing you want is the lings to get a surround or these roaches to get in on you. And just as I'm speaking here, we do have that Nidus worm going into the main. It is going to be shut down fairly quickly, not able to get anything off. And just like that, we take a look at the supply here, starting to catch up in a big way. 121 supply to 127 now, was 20-something SCVs behind the drones, now is ahead in that little bit of time. Very, very well done here from Samantha.
That's a lot of Cyclones.
That's a whole lot of Cyclones. And, they might not be, the Hellions might not be good against roaches, but the Cyclones sure as shit are.
Yeah, almost losing a Cyclone there, but gets the lock on. Going to be able to do some chasing here. And like Mr. Black said, he's losing some Cyclones here, unfortunately. Bad positioning. Needs to kind of, I almost would want to see them on 2 different control groups, because you need the Cyclones to be constantly moving to maximize them. I mean, that's no small feat, even for a Masters player. That's a lot going on there to try to pull that off. But nevertheless, you can't really maximize it without maximizing that range. Getting a lot more work done now and cleaning them up. This is exactly what Mr. Black was alluding to, where you have to be able to flirt a little bit.
Yes.
You got to play a game of just the tip with the Cyclones and doing it well. Meanwhile, it's everyone's favorite, not really OP, but nevertheless incredibly frustrating unit, the Swarm Host, getting a couple of locusts out, just enough to basically take down a small village with only about 4. And that's exactly what it is. It forces all the SCVs to leave, because God help you if you didn't.
Yeah.
And now I go back to work. But yeah, I always will find that funny. This is bad, actually.
Oh, that's a bad spot for Samantha. Samantha got caught.
Yeah.
The Locusts are now out there. The Lings managed to get around. Gonna lose the majority of the units there. The Cyclones are almost dead. And just like that, just like we were talking about, it just takes one mistake. That's it. Because, yeah, these units are strong, but they're like, you know, glass cannons, you know? They can't take a lot of heat. Beautiful surround there on the Swarm Host. Managed to pick those off. Huge pickups. Massive pickups.
Wow.
And gonna pick off one more of those Cyclones. Gonna about to lock onto more of these Roaches and turn it back around on them. Opts to not do that. Gonna take the high ground instead, getting in behind those supply depots. Beautiful back and forth game here. And it's just a game of inches. And the last time I checked, what Adam said, it's just the tip. And you know what? Sometimes when you just focus on the tip, it's even better than the whole thing. A lot of nerves in there.
We've done the game of inches joke before where I said it sounds like my life in the bedroom, but I'm not going to do it again. I'll leave that there. But I mean, yeah, the Cyclones. Whoa, whoa, hey, whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, there we go. That's
easy there, killer.
Holy shit. Yeah, you don't need to be all up in it. You can back up a little bit. You do have the range.
What a
for
fight.
Sure. That's a huge. I mean, this map is just, it's allowing for constant action. It's not a big map, and so any kind of retreats kind of lend themselves to almost accidental run-ins with other units as they're kind of being just pinged down the map. And these Roaches are going to get cleaned up some more, but making some headway, I'll call it. Barcode is here, keeping the supply going at home. I don't know how much macro happened in the meanwhile. Samantha had to slow their roll down dramatically.
Oh yeah,
they're at 1,800 minerals currently. There we go. Just spent a bunch, and Barcode doing about the same. Very action-packed. We're going to get a bit of a lull here, it seems. We're finally calming down a little bit after non-stop back and forth in the mid-map that eventually the Zerg kind of won in a way. Like, he actually got up there and did some work. And now we're getting some tech switches as well, Mr. Black, which begs the question, will Samantha find out soon enough to be able to prepare for it, or will they be stuck with kind of this unit comp, which might not be as effective in the not-too-distant future?
Yeah, I like that he's mixing in Hellbats now. They're going to be tankier. They're going to be able to be a meat shield in front of the Cyclones while they do the majority of the damage to the Roaches. I must say, Samantha's doing very well, all things considered. It takes a great deal of micro in order to do what Samantha has done thus far, but I will give it to Barcode as well. Not cracking under the pressure, didn't get a cancel off on that hatch, so that was a nice pick off. And again, look, the Cyclones are ripping apart now. 139 supply to 172. We take a look at the drones and the SCVs. When Barcode was on the other side of the map, killed quite a bit of SCVs, but it looks like Samantha now is putting on the pressure, and that's exactly what you need to do when you're going with this high micro glass cannon type of unit composition, and just has to do it the right way. If he sits back and waits long enough, that tech switch will inevitably kill him. And also, putting on the pressure on the other side of the map makes it so that he can't use those swarm hosts on the other side of the map, forcing them to really be part of this fight as a whole. I like what Barcode is doing, putting down these Nidus worms as well, so that he can either escape or bring in quicker, and sometimes they will lock onto these as well, taking some of that aggro off of the units. And again, back and forth, non-stop. Samantha doing a great job, again, with the micro. Not only that, the scans have been key as well, getting rid of the creep as he's continuing to come down, doing a phenomenal job with that. There it is, bringing in those swarm hosts through the Nidus network, and now going to be able to use the Locust to start taking apart some of these Cyclones and forcing a back off while Barcode gets to breathe here for a second. Meanwhile, though, Samantha grabbed another base. Planetary Fortress there as well. Got a Nidus Worm there. Probably going to try and get some Swarm Hosts there to get those Locusts off to kill this. Manages to find it. And there it is. There's the Swarm Host, just as I was saying. He's going to get those Locusts out and then jump right back in there. Meanwhile, back on the other side of the map, we got more fighting happening, man. Action-packed.
Damn, it's all over the place, and Samantha must feel like they're just up against the world right now, because no matter how much we've watched Samantha seemingly win many of these engagements, it's just the constant onslaught of the Zerg re-up on the army over and over again and using those Niduses to be able to get those reinforcements to the front line immediately. And so despite fantastic play with Cyclones here from Samantha so far, just not being able to get past that mid-map to make their way in and really start to do some damage to the structures of Barcode up to this point. Done phenomenal work against the army. And we might have a little bit of a run by here. We've got Barcode going up the right. We've got Samantha going down the left. And now this is going to be one of those pivotal moments where we might see if Samantha decides to just lose some stuff or get in the back of the line here and kill the army.
Yeah, this is very risky for Samantha. And the reason why I'm saying it's risky is he's kind of like no ballsing it right now. Samantha could have backed up and tried to do the attack. I actually like the fact that Samantha is going down there, going to try and kill as much as they can, but got to be careful because these Nidus worms, they can come in, do a lot of damage, and then retreat through the Nidus network, go back into the fight. But we'll see if this can pan out. Samantha doing huge amounts of damage, but again, look at the supply. 108 to 145, putting down another Nidus, probably going to kill off these factory structures and then try and go back to defend. Or may just say, screw it, I am fatigued, I can't handle any more of this type of gameplay, I can't keep up. Maybe we just see who's going to win and just base race this bitch.
Yeah, now, do you get rid of the Niduses, or do you let them actually come back on the chance that you'd actually rather take the fight while down here at this point? It looks like Samantha opted to get rid of them as the Swarm hosts continue to do way more damage than they have any fucking right to, as per usual.
Yeah.
Drones coming out of that Nidus, going to be swapping up to the top here, going to be trying to move structures to the north while Samantha continues to absolutely tear everything else to pieces in the south. That planetary is gone. And really now, this is kind of just a good old-fashioned base race because ultimately neither of them are going to be able to really produce any more units than what they have. And it's going to become down to some positional stuff. Now, of course, the Terran is Terran. And the Terran can just, go take a vacation somewhere on the map and allow Samantha all the time in the world to try to just hunt down and masterfully micro their way to a victory on the map itself. But yeah, man alive, what an action-packed game, non-stop, pretty much from beginning to end, and it's not done yet as the Swarm host look for another target in the north.
It is not over yet, and anybody can win this game right now. Like, if you take a look at the supply, yeah, it is half. But with that being said, Samantha has a lot of Swarm hosts still. He's got a lot of Roach still. This is very, very scary. And if the Cyclones cannot pick off these, this could be trouble. The only crappy thing is when he brought those drones in through here, I thought he had more minerals and he couldn't build another hatchery. I would have loved to have seen him build a hatch up top and then use the Swarm hosts as a way to hold the position and force the Terran to go into a bad engagement. And that, because right now, if he just tries to go and fight on the map with the micro that Samantha's been showing, like, Barcode could lose this.
Well,
that's a nice pick. That's a good pick. He got one of those already.
I wasn't ready for the handoff. I was trying to come up with what the fuck to run with. I mean, this is huge. This is absolutely fucking huge right now. Getting any of those pickoffs is massive. Because again, those Swarm hosts, just the amount of damage is kind of disgusting. But Samantha continuing to show that they know exactly how to use these Cyclones as best as you can hope to, and just on a leash.
He's committing.
I mean, losing some Cyclones, but he's just committing to it and A-moving up. The Cyclone numbers continue to drop, but so too do the Roaches.
13 kills. It's going to be so fucking close. Can he keep these alive? This is absolutely insane. He has mowed down so many units. And finally, oh my God, one Hydra, it goes down. The Cyclone is still there. One hero Cyclone with 19, about to be 19 kills. The Locusts are going to take it out. Managed to keep one of them alive. And look at this. This is fucking insane. We got one Swarm host and a Queen on the field, one Widow Mine, 9 mules. But look, the Terran has a command center. Multiple command centers. The Terran pulled this off just barely.
but no production. I mean,
but he
yeah,
can take SCVs
command
and
centers.
kill this. You know what I me? Like, he can just right
Well,
click on this with
how many?
SCV.
He has one SCV here. Okay, there you go. Barcode leaves.
Unbelievable game.
Wow.
Holy.
That's one of the most action-packed games we've had.
That was a Nang.
In ages. A Nang for the ages, ladies and gentlemen. Hit the like button for that one.
Damn right. Damn. That was wild, dude. That was like super close. High Masters game. Both players playing phenomenally. That was a Nordcast too. Whoever sent that in, whether it was Samantha or Barcode, hell yeah. Those are the games I need at least once a week in my life. You know, the other 4 or 5, whatever, yeah, it can be okay. But one of these, that's nice. I mean, that was a very, very good Nang. So shout outs to both players. Played very, very well, very entertaining. It really came down to the wire. I did not know who was going to win that game, and it was such a well played with and control with those Cyclones and Hellions. Just absolutely insane. I can't tell you how tough that is, and even more so on creep, and managed to make it work. That last engagement, like the Zerg had him heavily outnumbered and still managed to do the right lock-ons, have the right distance, and the pathing was all there. It was just very, very well done. I can't say hit that like button. Boom. NordVPN. Go check them out in the description below. Get a guaranteed cast when you get that subscription, that 2-year subscription using our link, and send it to lifesaglitchtv@gmail.com, and we'll get you on the next week's cast. That's it. I got nothing else to add.
I'm spent.
All right. See you on the next one. Peace out.